We're going to go to Bob's News, but before we go to Bob's News, I just want to say that, you know, we love doing this segment. I love doing it. You know, the thought of Bob reading anything, Jim, am I right? It's a home run no matter what.
Yeah.
We upped it to 2 news stories, but turns out that we got some negative feedback about Bob's news segment. And
from his English teacher?
Well, no. Actually, after the show last week, I jumped on the Stern Fan Network to see what people thought of the show. And Yoko's fiance, put in a whole thing about how she felt the news was too long, 2 stories is too much, and it shouldn't be. So, I'm sorry to say, everybody, it's only going to be 1 story today, and that's the way it will be. And if you have any criticism of the show, I guess just post it in a thread.
Yeah, we got to do that because, I mean, she got to be right because look where she got Yucko.
You can MySpace the show, too. Email us through MySpace.
So you changed the whole format based on 1 comment?
That's right.
We have to.
Well, you know, she's Yoko. She's Yoko's fiance. What do we? I have to listen to her.
So just 1 segment, that's all.
Yeah, so please, let's continue with Bob's News.
And now it's time for Miserable Men News with your anchorman, Bob Levy.
Human ancestors had mixed primitive modern traits. The earliest known human ancestors to migrate out of Africa posed a surprising mix of human-like and primitive features, according to scientists who studied remains dug up in a fossil-rich site in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia. Writing on Wednesday.
Is that by South Carolina?
Yeah, writing on Wednesday in the journal Nature, the scientists described remains of 3 adults and 1 adolescent.
What?
Adolescents.
Adolescents?
Adolescents.
Adolescent?
And 1 adolescent.
Adolescent?
Maybe. About 1,077 million years ago, evacuated at Demasia, about 55 miles southwest of Georgian capital Tbilisi. The remains shed light on a little understood but critical period in human evolution.
Evolution.
The transition from the more ape-like creatures known as
Australopithecines
by the genus Homo, of which modern humans are members. The spines and lower limbs found on the Damasio site appear very much modern humans, suggesting these individuals which walked fully upright were highly capable of long-distance treks, the researchers said. But other aspects of the skeletons had more archaic...
A what?
Archaic characteristics. The arms were more like
Australopithecines.
Is that what that is? and the
Still the same
primitive
word.
skulls encased relatively small brains, like mine. Their simple stone tools are less advanced than the ones expected, the researchers said. They described the remains as surprising mosaic, primitive modern features. They are the earliest humans found outside of Africa. This is the time when our genius spread outside of Africa. David Lord fuck him, of the Georgian National Museum, who led in the research, said in a telephone interview. Their heads are primitive. Their legs are very human-like. Scientists had previously described skulls from this site, but in recent years found more extensive remains of skeletons of these creatures, giving them a more detailed understanding of these denizens of early history.
Wow, Bob.
Very nice.
I only read half of it. I can't go on.
That actually wasn't that bad this week.
It wasn't
Really?
good.
I mean,
I haven't heard him in the past.
The people are already calling in with praise for you. Tim in Long Beach.
Jesus Christ, Reverend Bob.
What?
Crackhead or Eric the Midget could do the news better than you, brother.
I'm just trying to I'm telling you, I think I need glasses. I think that's the problem. I'm not kidding, because it's hard for me to see now.
You know what it reminds me of? You know that sketch on Saturday Night Live where Superman dies and they have the funeral for him, and Chris Farley comes in and he plays the Hulk, and he walks up to the podium and he's like the Hulk. He's like, and he puts on a pair of glasses, and next thing you know, he's like, Superman was many things to many people. Like, imagine if Bob just puts on glasses and all of a sudden he's a genius.
All of a sudden you can pronounce every word.
I'm telling you.
Are you not seeing that right or no?
I don't. I'm not reading it right.